Hey BookTube, why did I start this channel? I have two answers to that question. The first is, I created the channel in 2019 to share a cool looking homework solution from the book Think Python by Alan Downey. I was working on Think Python because I wanted to become a data scientist. So, sharing a Python programming homework solution as the reason to create a YouTube channel. How's that for nerd cred? Meow. Oh gosh, Sammy, do you want to come up here? Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on up. Yeah. Oh, ow. Good try. Here, I need you to get up here. And you're going to rub on my camera, aren't you? Good kitty. Thanks for joining me, Sammy, even though you're in the way. Hello, Sammy. Hi. Yeah. Wow. Well, now Sammy is here to join us. Good kitty. Anyway, moving on. The second answer is why I'm restarting this channel in 2024. Why is that, Sammy? Am I going to have to lock you out when I film? I think Sammy is about to settle down. Okay, Sammy, I'll let you sit there. Well, now we have a Sammy here. Anyway, moving on. The second answer is why I'm restarting this channel in 2024 as a BookTube channel. Right now, I'm not in love with my niches. I've made a bunch of programming content and some music content, but I don't feel that YouTube is the right vessel for valuable, high-impact information on the programming subject. That's computer programming and coding. Also, I love music, but I've found I don't love what I'm able to make on YouTube about music. In other words, I love music, but I don't love making videos about music. Meanwhile, I've just discovered the idea of BookTube, and I have a crush on it. It looks like a great community. It looks like a type of content talking about books that I could go on for days, and it just makes sense to me. So BookTube, here I am. What are some fun and unique things I can bring to BookTube? I'll start with things that are unique about me from my experience and perspective. I'm a UC Berkeley PhD dropout. I went to college for a dual degree in chemistry and music, where at the time I stylized myself as that I was studying organometallic trombone with an acid jazz emphasis. Now I play guitar, piano, and sometimes trombone. I've worked as a tutor, Uber driver, freelance writer, data engineer, and again as a tutor. I've also worked at being a YouTuber, but I haven't earned a dime at it. So was that really work? I have OCD, clinically diagnosed OCD, plus a cocktail of anxiety and depression and complex PTSD. I don't have an ADHD diagnosis, but I do have trouble focusing on any one thing professionally for more than a few days. Indeed, you have seen an echo of that in my professional history, ranging everywhere from Uber driver to data engineer. I'm divorced, which may not sound that unusual for an American man in his 30s, but wait until you hear how. Saving that for another video. When I find the right book to link it to, probably. So far, I've given you a laundry list of things that are unique about me in terms of my experiences. But what will I do that is unique about this channel? I have a few angles in mind. One of those is to be a scientist who reads science fiction, because although I'm not a practiced scientist, I am a trained scientist and a published scientist. I don't know what else, but stay tuned on that point. Now for fun. I flatter myself I have a penchant for witty speech. I hope I'll be able to convince you of this as I get into this new phase of my channel in earnest. I also have some fun ideas for incorporating music, song, and maybe even dance into this channel. Stay tuned for that. Finally, I just trust that the books I select to read and talk about will bring the fun. Otherwise, why am I here? Well, I suppose I could talk about self-improvement books. And I will do some of that. And I may talk about business books and writing books and all manner of things. Because I believe some of the value of BookTube is in encouraging people to imbibe in the joy of reading books. What am I most excited about this new channel? A sense of community and purpose. I've only just begun glancing at BookTube and dipping my toes into the community by watching another BookTube Newbie Tag video and watching some more popular BookTube videos. And it looks like a welcoming community and one that I'd be proud to be a part of. As for the purpose, I've alluded to it previously in this video. I see my role as a booktuber to inspire others to read, to give themselves the time of day to enjoy reading. In fact, my new channel description may read, "I read on YouTube, so you can read too." How's that sound? Why do I love reading? Escape and exploration. Escape because I can get away from my troubles. I can go somewhere else in the world of the mind, and that ties into exploration. I can test out in my mind scenarios or experiences or ideas that I wouldn't have otherwise. And when I read, I feel things mentally in a way that visual arts like film or movies just don't give in the same way. There's something about the headspace of reading that really gels for me and allows me to explore unknown areas in a very mindful way. I practice meditation, and it's interesting. In my meditation today from Headspace, there was talk of the thing that you meditate on is beyond words. So the more words you use to try to describe it, the further you get. And yet, I'm claiming that reading activates a type of mindfulness for me. And I could even think of reading as a sort of meditation. Or perhaps I could read a chapter and then meditate on what I've read. And perhaps I will talk about meditation alongside reading on this channel, thinking of reading as a way to guide the explorations of my meditation practice. What book or series got me into reading? In my notes, I wrote, minorly The Hobbit and majorly The Lord of the Rings. What I mean by that is, I started reading The Hobbit with my dad, and one afternoon I stole the book away and I finished it myself. That is what I remember as my earliest memory of being on the reading train. And then I did the same thing with The Lord of the Rings. I stole away the book, finished reading it, and at that point it was sealed. I was a reader. What questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? This is a hard one for me for two reasons. One is I always struggle with favorites anyway, and two is I've so newly discovered this corner of the internet that I haven't taken the time to establish my favorite booktubers. But perhaps, what's a question I would ask BookTube in general? Or let me put it this way. If there was, what's the word I'm looking for? Not Odyssey. I'll just say fortune teller. If there was a BookTube fortune teller or a BookTube oracle, I would ask, will I be successful on BookTube? Will I get my next 500 subscribers on BookTube? Because I've gotten 500, but given the path I've walked to get here, I wouldn't walk the same path again to get to 1,000. And will I make any money off of this YouTube thing? And will BookTube help with that? Or will I jump to some new niche before even getting that far in my journey? I don't know how interesting this type of YouTuber navel-gazing is to you, my audience, but that's the question that would be on my mind if I was speaking to another booktuber. I think I'll come back and develop this question further once I've had more time to drink in the area and the videos that are BookTube. What challenges about starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Well, starting the BookTube channel will be easy. I mean, I already have the channel, and it's just uploading this video and saying, hey, I'm on BookTube now. The hard part will be staying on BookTube. And the hard thing about that will be focus. It will be hard for me to stay focused. Remember when I said before that it's hard for me to stay focused on anything professionally for more than a few days? Well, that applies to pseudo-professional projects like YouTube. It will be hard for me to stay focused. I will wonder if I should have stayed with coding or with music. I will wonder if BookTube is the right branding for my channel. I may even grow tired of reading at times. Perish the thought. I will definitely go through phases where I will wonder if reading, particularly reading for joy and fun, is really worth it. Here's your chance to continue watching, or like, or comment telling me that reading and talking about that reading and talking about reading on YouTube is worthwhile. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, webcam. Thank you, teleprompter. Thank you, script. Thank you, YouTube, for distribution. Thank you, audience. If you appreciated this video, please let me know in the comment. And if you know of a way I could help you or someone you know, get in touch. Thanks and goodbye. Oh, hey, Sammy.